What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, and I'm going to be casting a game between Mouz Sports and CLG Gaming. I'm actually going to be casting the whole set in time. I'm kind of crunched for time, so I kind of skipped through a little bit of the early portions, and if there's a pause, most likely going to be skipping through those too. Shouldn't really be that much of an issue. If there's stuff that really needs to be said, then I'll say it. If not, I'm going to try to skip through as much of that as possible. So, Mouz Sports and CLG Gaming, I just looked up their stats. Mouz Sports is currently 5th as ranked by Gosu Gamers. CLG is ranked 3rd, so two really top tier teams going at it right here. This is from the winner's bracket of the defense. So whoever gets, whoever gets the set will remain in the winner's bracket, and whoever drops the set will move down to the lower bracket. So they're not out of it yet. They will just have a lot more to fight through. So, as the picks currently stand, we have Broodmother and Chen being picked up by Mouz Sports, with the Nature's Prophet, Leshrac, Sand King on the Counter Logic Gaming side. Sand King and to some extent Leshrac are extremely freaking good counters to Broodmother. If they could somehow guess where Broodmother is going and then put Sand King in the same lane as Broodmother, then Broodmother not going to have the best time. Because you could just get a couple points of Caustic Finale, and then whenever Broodmother steps up to get a creep kill, bam, she gets a face full of, well, I guess Caustic in her face. Because that is the finale. The bans we're seeing, Lycanthrope, Naga Siren, Enchantress, Darkseer, Rubik, Enigma, and the Brewmaster. Pretty standard as far as the bans go. Invoker actually managed to get through everything so far, so he's still in the pool. It's kind of surprising. Invoker, you kind of don't see first ban anymore. He is banned, but there are higher priorities such as that Naga Siren. Invokers, I don't want to say they're falling out of favor, but they're definitely not being used as much as, let's say, a month ago, when they would always be in the first ban, like literally the first ban where Lycanthrope is right now. That would be an Invoker right there. But so far, let's go over how the teams stack up against each other. Nature's Prophet and Leshrac will give CLG quite a bit of pushing power. Sand King, since he's probably going to be going for a few points of Caustic Finale, won't be a slouch himself as far as the pushing goes. Mouz Sports, on the other hand, do have some pretty substantial pushing as well. Shadow Demon will offer them that support tier that they need, and together with Chen, they're pretty much covered as far as the support side of their game goes. Broodmother will have a lot of pushing ability and split pushing, more importantly. If she joins forces with Chen in the early game, or really, whenever, then those two together will be able to demolish towers extremely quickly. If Leshrac does go for a lightning build, that will be able to hold off a lot of the push, but of course that will weaken the Leshrac Sand King dual lane that we often see. Of course, it's really a toss-up whether or not CLG would like to lane their Sand King against Broodmother solo, or to lane him not against the Broodmother, and get that Deadly Burrow Strike Split Earth Edict combo going. So it's really up to CLG to really decide what they want to do. They just don't want to run that combo if it's well, they'd prefer not to be up against a Shadow Demon, because Shadow Demon could just say, no, that combo won't work, I'll just disrupt whoever you're going after. Hopefully it won't be him. But they do have the global presence with the Nature's Prophet as well. Mouz Sports do have a little bit of global as well with the Chen. But Chen usually see not getting level 6 until a little bit later. Nature's Prophet does have the option of going into the jungle, which would form a pretty powerful pushing lane if they put the Leshrac and Sand King together on the top lane. And then put the Nature's Prophet in the jungle, and then once he gets a couple points of those summoned trees, he can just jump out and then push down the lane pretty easily. That would actually work quite well if I do say so myself. So far, Mouz Sports, with that Shadow Demon pick, I do know that Mouz Sports enjoy what? Axe. No, that's interesting. Axe is, of course, very tanky. He has a lot of counter push. You just sit him in the middle of everyone, and then hopefully he doesn't die. He'll just blend down a creep wave like no one's business, especially if it's Broodmother. So, Axe is a very effective counter to Broodmother. You could use your Berserker's Call to bring her out of her webs, and then you could chop down whoever else is on the team. Usually, you don't really see Axe's full-on jungle when he's picked by pro teams, and when I say that, like, picked by pro teams, it's very, very infrequent that we get to see Axe, so I'm very excited to be actually watching this game right now, because Axe is awesome. He's a red orc guy. That's what he was before. What was the Grom Hellscream. That was the model, I think, in Dota 1. So that will give them a lot of fighting power against Broodmother. Broodmother's probably not going to have the best time in the game. And also, Axe with that Battle Hunger could do quite a lot of damage to the Shadow Demon or the Chen, since they really, well, they have kind of low base damage, and they could easily get pressured back, force them off the creep wave, and make it really difficult for them to get rid of that Battle Hunger. We probably will see a lot of hunger in this game. But what I was saying before with Mouse Sports, they do like to run a Kunkka Shadow Demon lane on the mid lane. Seen them run that quite frequently, and there we have the Invoker pick, so waiting all this time, this is what I was saying before, kind of falling out of style, but not 100%. So Mouse Sports, they do have a mid option with the Invoker, they do have a solo option with the Broodmother, and they need someone to lane up with the Shadow Demon. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Kunkka, with Sing Sing playing Kunkka, and then I believe 1437 on the Shadow Demon. That's usually how they run it. Run a devastating mid lane because you get a Disruption Torrent combo. But CLG is going to cap off their lineup with the Windrunner. That will give them a lot of utility. And another guaranteed stun, or like a semi-stun. A little bit of disable. But CLG right now is extremely, extremely disable heavy, where Mouse Sports kind of disable light. Chen only has whatever he could pick up in the jungle. Broodmother has a little bit of slow, but it's really not that reliable against this team because team has a lot of mobility. You could put Sprout in between the Broodmother and whoever she's going for, Edict, stuff like that. Mirana's actually going to be the cap off for Mouse Sports, so they have a lot of solo potential. Their lanes, well, they haven't revealed their hands so far, but Mirana's a hero who we don't really see that often anymore. Used to be a really top tier pick when there weren't as many options for carries and stuff like that, but she's still a very, very viable pick. I'm actually not sure how they're going to lane it. Arrow into Disruption is a pretty good combo. It's not as easy to land as an arrow into a torrent, or not arrow into a torrent, a Disruption into a torrent. What am I saying? Disruption into a torrent is a little bit easier to land than Disruption into arrow. There we go, got that out. But anyway, let's see who's going to be playing what. Sing Sing is going to be playing Mirana, so we might be seeing a solo mid Mirana. Black is on the Invoker, Come With Me playing his Chen, who, that portrait is really kind of weird. Isn't he supposed to be like more up here, not like back here? That's whatever. Broodmother is going to be played by Bambo, and 1437 leaving the last person as a Shadow Demon, so I guess I was right with that, Sing 1437. Kunkka Shadow Demon, but that is not going to be happening this game. CLG, Misery on the Windrunner, looking to be soloing up the mid lane. The cost has laning build so far, so he might be going to the bot lane by himself, and we might see a tri-lane from Pycat as the Axe, Miracle as the Sand King, and Aki as the Leshrac. That would be very interesting. What does this guy have? I don't think this is really a jungle build for Axe. Axe is very flexible with if he wants to jungle or not as far as his items go. But it might be a tri-lane, and that would be a very devastating tri-lane. The Burrow Strike and Split Earth in and of itself is pretty devastating, but once you get that Axe there, do a little bit of right-click, get that Battle Hunger slow, even though it's not that much. It will stack up when you have a Edict on your team, plus any counter helixes that he'll be lucky enough to proc. So Lacoste is going to be soloing up the bot lane. Looks like Invoker's heading there right now. And, well, yeah, they chose right. Sand King is going to... Wait. Now, Broodmother's moving. The battle begins. Broodmother's going to the bot lane. She knows that she doesn't want to be up against the Sand King. And right now, Mouse Sports would really like their tri-lane to go up against the enemy tri-lane. If I had to rank how well these tri-lanes would do, I will say that CLG have the firm advantage with the Axe in the jungle. But looks like, I don't really know. CLG could run this any number of ways at this point. Looks like Axe is going to be jungling for a little bit and going to do like a pseudo tri-lane, and Come With Me going to be doing something extremely similar. I really don't know. But Nature's Prophet against Broodmother. No one's really... What the hell? Hello? Is that a bug? I think this is a bug. Those trees are supposed to be dead. Let's get this up. But Lacoste not going to have the best time against the Broodmother because Nature's Prophet doesn't have any AoE. He really struggles against someone like the Broodmother. Chen is going to go 1v1 with Aki just for a little bit before 1437 decides to show up. Miracle looks like he's going to be the one who CLG is going to put all their farm onto. Pycat in the jungle, doing what he can to stay competitive. But right now, the real threat is going to be Come With Me and whatever creeps he decides to pick out. Right now, he has drawn an Ursa Warrior, so very lucky on him. he gets something like a Wildkin, it's going to be such a pain in the ass for CLG. But with those Ursa Warriors, they could pressure the Sand King back pretty hard. But right now, Sand King is actually doing his job to push up that top lane. Mid lane black against Misery. Nothing's gonna come out of this. There's gonna be a little bit of a farm fest. Bambo can harass the cost quite a bit, and he's already doing that with just 3 Spiderlings. The cost is forced to fall back. He's gonna take a lot more damage than he should have if he decides to actually fight them. Pycat already picking up a level of Battle Hunger after that counter Helix, so a little bit of standard stuff coming out from the Axe. And I say standard, but really there's no standard way to play Axe in these pro games. Just don't block off that camp, Axe. Unless the Ursa is doing it. No, there's actually a Centaur, so not the best camp for Axe to jungle with. But what are you doing? Where are you going? Are you hiding? I don't know. It's going to be kind of hard to kill these guys, especially without any Berserker's Call. Because Mirana could just jump away. It's Chain Stunner perfectly if you want to do that, but Leshrac only level 1, so not much damage is going to be coming out from him. Really want to know what this Axe is doing. He's kind of not doing anything. Maybe they're waiting for Come With Me to just go to this camp. They do have Nature's Prophet on the bot lane. Looking to teleport in. There's the Burrow Strike onto 1437. Split Earth immediately to follow, but an arrow hits Miracle perfectly. Edict doing a lot of damage. 1437 is going to be the first one to follow the cost. Actually teleporting from the bot lane, getting pick up that kill, and Centaur, or no, the Ursa Warrior, right-clicking down that Sand King. Very early detection coming out from the Mouz Sports squad, so they will know what to do. Sunstrike, no. They're doing their part to make sure that Sand King doesn't get anything from his Sandstorm, and hell, it got Chen a kill, so his wards already paying themselves off, and then some. But Aki does have some sentry wards of his own. He was going to use that for counter warding. Looks like he did use it for counter warding in the end. And ooh, that was actually pretty smooth by Come With Me, sitting on the low ground. Gonna grab that Centaur. That was very smooth. I like that a lot. Good play by Come With Me so far, getting up a kill with his Ursa Warrior. And then that pretty slick play with the Centaur. The gold advantage will still favor CLG, however, because they did draw that first blood on 1437. However, Nature's Prophet did force teleportation up. Okay, I like this. Okay, so Nature's Prophet did teleport up to the top lane, which did give Broodmother even more of a free lane. Broodmother already had quite an easy time against the Nature's Prophet regardless, but looks like they're going to do a switch, though. Switch out Pycat in the jungle with their other possible jungle in Lacoste. And Axe will have a much better time against this Broodmother, because every time Broodmother wants to be aggressive, well, first he's going to take a couple of Axe swings, and that's going to hurt. But if Axe picks up a point of Berserker's Call, then he could pull out Broodmother from her web. And if she has a whole bunch of Spiderlings with her, that could pretty much mean her death, as Invoker gets a solo kill on the Windrunner. Wow. I guess it's just a Sunstrike Cold Snap into right clicks. Did not expect that to happen at all. Too busy watching the minimap, but not really expecting something like that. But as I was saying, Axe will do a lot better against Broodmother. Kind of Sand King-esque in the way he handles her. Whenever Broodmother steps up, you want to get her punished. Battle Hunger won't do much against the Broodmother, because, well, Broodmother has that spawn... I was going to say spawn Broodlings. That's from StarCraft. Spawn Spiderlings, and that's an easy dispel for that Battle Hunger. Axe should really look to put some points into Berserker's Call, and then really just try to push the lane as much as he can against this Broodmother. Keep the tower as high HP as possible. Still at full health, so the Nature's Prophet as well as the Axe doing their job so far. Looks like there is a pause coming out from the Shadow Demon. Let's do a quick check. Oh, whoa. Mao's actually leading the way as far as farm goes by quite a bit. They're the heroes that need farm are getting the farm, and CLG seems to fall behind just a little bit. Sand King, really? Sand King, 0 creep kills. Who got the creep kills in the top lane? No one. So Sand King, even though he wanted to get the creep kills, is currently sitting at 0-0. Well, it's kind of understandable. You got 3 ranged heroes on the other end, and you're a squishy Sand King. So there's not really much you could do about that. And I think I'm going to just skip through this pause and double time it, quadruple time it. I don't want to sit through this pause. Once again, I am a little bit crunched for time right now. Oh shit! There we go. Caught the end of that, so didn't miss anything, I don't think. Miracle getting harassed back by the Centaur Con. Miracle not having the best game of his life right now, but it's really hard to do anything against such a deadly lane. Disruption into Arrow, as you saw before, is fairly guaranteed. It's pretty hard since Arrow only hits one thing, so someone can potentially get in the way. But Sand King, with the Sentry Wards, dropped down early that were by Mouz Sports, that was right here. Not able to get anything, and so right now he's simply dead weight. He's going to leave the lane, look for something else, and he's probably going to head towards the bot lane, help out Axe, or maybe look for a gank on the Invoker. That is going to leave Aki on the top lane, get him a little bit of experience, but then again, he is in a huge amount of trouble. The dive is already, well, the Centaur wants blood. The Centaur doesn't want blood anymore. He's going to retreat. Or just, well, the Centaur is kind of playing chicken with the Leshrac. But either way, he's holding Leshrac out of play, making sure Leshrac doesn't get anything. In the meantime, we just have a huge dive going onto Black. Burrow Strike onto him, Shackle Shot onto a creep. Right clicks from across will be enough to bring down Black as the Invoker. The top tower, in the meantime, has been pushed out pretty far, and Pycat doing his best against the Broodmother. Broodmother is, what the hell? Courier died. Who's Courier? I think Yellow tried to get a Courier delivery, and that didn't pan out for him, so CLG got a huge ghost boost as far as that goes, and Sand King finally managed to have some sort of usefulness for his team with that assured Burrow Strike, setting up Misery for that Shackle Shot. So Miracle starting to be a little bit effective for his team, and Lacoste picks up a second kill. That is a hand to Midas 7 minutes in. He has to get that right now. The Courier's got to get down there. Pycat still not with any call. I'm kind of surprised you don't really see, well, since Battle Hunger used to just be like a shitty dot, they have changed it so that it does slow and you get that movement speed swing and make it a little bit more useful, actually worth leveling. But Battle Hunger usually don't see for a little bit, but against a Broodmother, I feel like that would be just a perfect opportunity. We now see 437 running into a whole bunch of people, Shackle Shot onto him. He's going to take a Burrow Strike, but an arrow is going to actually be dodged by Miracle. Disruption onto 1437 and a Soul Catcher onto Aki as well. Aki taking quite a bit of damage from Come With Me. The Starstorm is going to finish him off. Miracle is sitting in his invisibility. Is there any more detection? No, there is not. Misery with double damage and doing quite a lot of damage to Come With Me. He just needs one more Power Shot. No, Power Shot actually missing. Mirana, Sing Sing taking out Miracle as we see Misery now falling back. No more tower to fall back to, so he's forced to go all the way back to a second tier tower. But Sand King barely managing to dodge that arrow, but they did manage to pick up Shadow Demon regardless, so a little bit of trades going on there. You don't want to feed them Mirana kills, but hell, you got to do what you got to do, and sometimes it just doesn't pan out. Pycat now looking to be jumped by 1437 as well as Bambo. They're going to have to do a lot of hurt to get through him. He's very tanky. Disruption as well as Soul Catcher into a Sunstrike. Actually, Sunstrike misses, so Pycat probably going to walk out of this. There's no mana. There's a Soul Ring up for Bambo. Nature's Prophet trying to provoke the Broodmother to get back, and there it is. Sprout into Teleport, and Bambo is in tower range, so he's going to take quite a bit of damage. Not going to go down. Pycat is still alive. Shackle Shot barely missing the Broodmother. Misery joining the fight with the regeneration rune, so he's in very good shape. Brown is going to run into Come With Me now. Let's see if they want to pick a fight. No. She's going to run into a Wilkin, take a couple of pecks. Sand King, however, is a ground type, and he's going to be just fine. Looking for Black. Burrow Strike into a Split Earth. Edict is already up, and it's been timed out for quite a little bit. Sunstrike going to come down. Not hit onto anything. Windrunner actually picking at 1437, but Black still taking quite a bit of damage. Miracle might be in danger of dying, but no. Burrow Strike comes out of cooldown, and again, and Tornado trying to slow them down. Sand King picking up that kill. Bambo now might be in a little bit of trouble. Do they have any true sight? No, they don't. Misery going for a blind power shot, but Bambo a little bit too smart for that. And Lacoste barely managing to get out alive. Unfortunately for him, Hand of Midas coming off cooldown right as soon as he decides to get back into his base. Bambo is at very low amounts of HP though. Stray Shackle Shot could bring him down. Let's keep an eye on that. We'd have Miracle and Aki. The Sand King, Leshrac dual partnered kill thing. It's not really a lane anymore, so I guess they're just ganking buddies. Misery joining in the fun as well, looking to push down the bot lane. Do they have any true sight? As soon as they get true sight, Bambo's got to watch his ass, because it's not going to be a fun time for him. And so far, no true sight coming. Looks like Nature's Prophet just coming in with a couple points of Nature's Call, looking to take down this tower. As you see the rest of his team kind of covering the reinforcement routes from Mouz. looking towards Come With Me and possibly Black. Shackle Shot onto Chen, onto the range creep. Edict is going to start off. Come With Me taking quite a bit of damage. Split Earth is going to chain stun the Invoker, but Mirana's ultimate has popped off, and Come With Me is going to get right-clicked down regardless, but not for Invoker. Kills him. Aki taking a cold snap. Sunstrike going to hit perfectly. Invoker gets a double kill, and Misery says, I have had enough of that. I'm just going to walk out of this. Bambo still on the bot lane as the push does come in. Pycat doing a little bit of lane cutting. Make sure the creeps keep barreling down on that bot lane tower, but the Spiderlings are doing quite well to keep for Bambo to keep his lane alive. Lacoste might be in a little bit of trouble. He sprouts himself and he's going to teleport out just fine, so he's going to get out of here. Teleporting to the mid lane where Misery is trying to defend a push from Mouz. Looks like Mouz kind of gave up on the push, looking instead towards the bot lane of their own. Aki teleporting with some true sight. If he could keep that hidden from the Bambo, then he will be able to do a lot of damage. Burrow Strike going in at 157, and just a right click, Axis with the Battle Hunger actually picking that up. Now Mouz has got to be careful. They do know that the True Sight is up on Aki, so if Bambo reveals himself, he's pretty much dead of the Sentry Ward as well, so if he gets even a little bit closer, he's going to be in a world of hurt. CLG kind of posturing. They don't know Bambo is there, and it looks like they're just going to fall back. Not enough coverage on the map as far as their the Radiant jungle goes, so they don't want to push their luck. Wow, this game has been quite action-packed so far. Like, not the most kills I've seen in 11 minutes, but still a lot of action, a lot of movement in this lane, in this game, a lot of close calls. Lacoste has been given a top lane to free farm. You can look for a neutral, but unfortunately nothing there. What is he going to get over here? Ooh, Wildkin, not bad. Get a lot of experience from that, bring him to almost level 8. And we might see an engagement in the jungle. Miracle running into quite a few of the creeps. Self-destruction onto 147. 157, you are so dead. Burrow Strike and the Edict is going to be enough to kill him. Miracle taking quite a bit of damage from the Chen creeps and they just club him down. The Windrunner actually picking up the Chen. What? I missed that. I didn't think Misery would be able to pick up that kill by himself, but he apparently proved me wrong. Mirana getting a little bit of solo lane experience before Bambo joins her. Going to look towards putting a little bit of damage on this tower. Bambo is going to do a little bit of creep cutting on his own with those Spiderlings. Not exactly axe, but what the hell is the Buckler? That is very odd. Now he has some call. He's going to try to spin down Bambo. Only gets one, however, so very unlucky. Nature's Prophet ultimate looking to bounce around. Not going to be able to bounce onto the Broodmother, though. And unfortunately for Axe, only got one spin, which... Well, Axe is a luck hero, which is part of the reason why you don't see him picked up all the time. Because you could do a whole ton of damage, or you could do absolutely no damage. And that's not exactly the type of hero you want to see picked up. See, let's see, Mirana, it takes high skills, but Starstorm is guaranteed damage. Invoker, guaranteed damage. Broodmother, guaranteed damage. Axe, not much guaranteed damage outside of that Battle Hunger, which he does have. Misery is invisible and looking for something. He seems to kind of know where the general area of where Bamboo is. But he's mostly going to leave Axe towards the spot lane to push out by himself. Broodmother can't do anything to stop him, really. If he does, then Lacoste is going to teleport down there, and then the Broodmother is in a world of hurt. Instead, Come With Me, Mouz, I just saw Come With Me, whatever, Mouz, looking to push down the mid lane. Unfortunately for them, Pycat has arrived back here. Split Earth and lots of spells actually being used to try to bring off these Centaurs. Hand of God does get popped off to try to keep these Centaurs healthy. They are lining up for a Shackle Shot though, and there's the Shackle Shot. They could bring both of these Centaurs down, and that would be pretty big. Chen will not be happy about that. Split Earth, Burrow Strikes, Power Shots, spending a lot of mana to bring those down, but ultimately they did bring them down. So Chen kind of reset as far as his creeps go. Well, not anymore. He gets another Centaur, so this Chen actually being very lucky. Pycat transitioning down to the bot lane again. He's going for a mech. That is very interesting. You'd expect like Windrunner or Prophet to get the mech since, well, you see them get mech all the frickin' time. Not exactly the Axe, because Axe is usually starved for mana, especially considering the fact that he does not have Arcane Boots. So his mana costs are he's gonna have to watch his mana very carefully if he wants to pop off that mech as well as all of his other skills. Let's see what the gold advantage is. There's one tower down for each team. So yeah, as expected, the gold is kind of sitting at 0 with experience 1,000 in favor of Mouz, but it's not really a big deal at all. So far this game is completely even. Who's getting the farm though? We do have Mirana getting quite a bit of free farm. Mirana can do a lot of damage late game, but she is no Morphling. She cannot carry nearly as hard as the Morphling can. So even though she's getting quite a little bit of farm, she's not going to be the biggest hero, although she will be the biggest threat from the Mouse side if she gets big enough. The cost is going to be the threat, or the right-click threat at least, from CLG, but really their team fight is what's going to be, or hopefully for them, is what's going to be bringing them through this. Axe quite devastating in a team fight if he manages to get a call onto several people. We now see 3 people from CLG smoked up looking for blood. They know where Black is, and there goes Miracle revealing himself. Bro Strike straight into the epicenter. Splitter to finish, to combo up with that. Black is going to get annihilated by that epicenter. I'm not sure if that epicenter was worth it, but hell, they got the kill, so why the hell not? Teal's now on the run. Nature's Prophet looking for a good teleport in. Unfortunately, he guessed wrong. Come with me, juking in the trees, and he's going to walk out of this alive. Just barely, though. The cost, going for an Aghanim Scepter, so he's going for a very farm push heavy build. That will restrict the farm of his buddies, but if he's the one who that CLG is looking to get big, it will be very worth it for him to get the Aghanim Scepter. Spam up that ultimate, push the lanes on all sides. Pycat getting engaged upon by Bambo as well as 1437. He's very tanky, however, so it's going to take a lot of work, especially since the Soul Catcher missed. Pycat trying to turn around for a kill. He's going to use Berserker Call and no mana. Self-destruction by the Shadow Demon. Will it help him? No. Axe will bring him down with that Battle Hunger. So Axe making sure if he dies, he's going to take as many people as he can with him. But you saw right there, Axe did not have any mana. And Axe without mana is not a threat at all. I mean, like, he could right-click you for 84 damage a hit. It's not going to be a very big deal at all. And you could try to proc the lane aggro, I guess, and then get some spins. But really, if he doesn't have Call, if he doesn't have Hunger, if he doesn't have Culling Blade, he's worthless. And Mech, with that pretty steep mana cost, is not going to help him at all. So right now, what he needs to get is something that's very heavy on intelligence or mana. Something he should have gotten Arcane Boots if he's going to go for a Mech, in my opinion. But it's not too late for a raw energy booster pickup. Would help him quite a bit in casting all of his spells, because Axe's spells aren't cheap compared to his total mana pool, so he's going to have to struggle a little bit if he wants to get that done. Lishrak does not have anything, just has a couple bracers. Sand King has even less, however, so he's got that kind of not going for him. 4 staff picked up on the Windrunner, and the cost, how far are you towards your Aghanim Scepter? He's almost there. We do have 2 people smoked up, Lishrak and the Sand King. If they run into this area and get revealed, they're going to know that Bambo is here. There they know that Broodmother is here, and Bambo's going to spot them out. Dust onto Bambo. Aki going for the Blind Split Earth. No, he's not going to. He's going to hold on to it. Actually, Nature's Prophet teleporting in. He might get a Sprout onto Bambo, and that would be very bad. Web. No, he's not going to web. Burrow Strike in from Miracle as well as the Epicenter. Bambo is so dead. Web or no web, it is way too late for you. You are dead, sir. Push on the mid lane. Mouse trying to get an even trade. They might get this tower. Miracle does have a Burrow Strike, however, so he will hold off the creep wave for just a little bit more, and a deny by Misery. Good play by CLG. They're just all over Mouse at this point. And Chen once again. Oh, that was lucky. Dark Troll Warlord. He's like shitting his pants right now. He doesn't know what to think. He's a very close encounter with death, and he's going to just go and cower. Oh no, not again. The Courier. 1 hit. 2 hit. Oh wow, you could chop the Courier. I did not know that. Sing Sing getting shackled up, as well as Pycat as well as Misery are there. Disruption trying to buy Sing Sing a little bit of time for him to leap out. He's going to run the other way. He does have his Manta style up. Sing Sing going to leap down onto the low ground, but Misery has a 4 staff and he's going to follow. Sunstrike going to hit Misery. No, it's going to miss. Miracle with the Burrow Strike coming in, allowing Axe to pick up the kill. And I'm pretty sure Bambo didn't know that you could chop the Courier either. I did not know that you could do that. Apparently Pycat did, because he got a Courier kill. That's the second Courier kill going the way of CLG, so they're just pulling farther and farther ahead. Let's take a look at that gold graph. Yeah, there you go. Starting to pull away as far as the gold goes, and with the Nature's Prophet equipped with the Hand of Might as well as an Aghanim Scepter, the gold advantage is constantly going to go the way of CLG. Mirana does have her Panda style up, so she can play a little bit tricky, do a little bit more damage. But it's gonna need a little bit more than that, especially considering the fact that Sand King now has his Blink Dagger, Windrunner, extremely mobile with that 4 staff, buying her another kill. Shadow Demon going for the patented nothing build, so not much onto Mouz. Their farm is pretty spread out. The mech not done with Chen, where it is done on Axe. I'm looking forward to see what Axe does to mitigate his mana problems. He might just rely on his buddy's Arcane Boots, which it will work. considering the fact that, well, these teams do have communication in a pub, you never want to rely on your allies' arcane boots, because that will never, ever work. But in this game, you might decide to go for that, or just go for a Shiva's Guard. If you can get the money up for a Shiva's Guard, it will benefit him quite a bit, more so than any other item at this point. The initiation is going to come in from the Windrunner, from the Nature's Prophet, as well as the Sand King. So Axe, although he would do well with the Blink Dagger, he honestly can't afford it mana-wise, and could do without it as far as his skill build, item build goes. Sing Sing has been farming this entire game, and he is leading the way as far as last hits and denies go. Kind of surprised that Lacoste is a second behind him. But he's holding on to his ultimate, so he's going to be farming the jungle. But the thing to remember with Lacoste is that he also has a Hand of Midas, so even though Sing Sing has more CS, Lacoste has more gold total. Blink Burrow Strike now, going on to Come With Me. Is there going to be any follow-up? Miracle trying to do a little bit of body block, but the split, or the Shackle lining up perfectly with the trees. Come With Me is going to get bounce killed by Nature's Prophet ultimate. You know, Nature's Prophet being very helpful for his team, just kill stealing all day, and take that kill and transition it right into a Roshan. Misery and Miracle both arriving to help. They are spotted out by the Broodmother, so Mouz do know that they're here. And Chen is, although he's, Chen doesn't really contribute that much in a team fight anyway. He could revive and then use Hand of God, so if Mouz wants to go for this, they have the option of doing so. All the Spiderlings will get annihilated by Miracle and Aki. And this Roshan is starting to drop in his health. He's going very slowly, however. Sunstrike going to come down. Splitting between Misery and Lacoste. More Spiderlings going to come in, try to mess with the CLG side just a little bit. But Sing Sing as well as 1437 are on the top lane. Pycat is up there to defend. Gets disrupted immediately. No arrow, unfortunately, and the arrow actually did manage to fly through. Pycat taking quite a bit of damage. He has forced to pop off the mech, and he might go down to this. 1437 doesn't have Demonic Purge, and Pycat is going to get right-clicked down by Sing Sing, trying to hide in the trees, buy himself a little bit more time, but he does end up going down. Roshan is still alive. Wow, this is taking quite a long time, but it does go down. Windrunner picks up that Aegis, so the Aegis going the way of CLG, and wow, Miracle, you are very lucky to be alive. Didn't get bashed by Roshan. So Miracle is going to be even more unkillable than he already is. The burst damage coming out from Mouz isn't the most. They do have quite a bit, especially if they land the Soul Catcher. So they could burst down this Windrunner, but really Mouz is all about sticking to their targets with the Mirana, with the Manta Illusions, Broodmother with the regular right clicks, and then Invoker with those Forged Spirits. So if the Windrunner could dodge all of that, then she's going to live for a very long time. Not to mention that Aegis on top of all of that. Mech finally done on the Chen, so he's a little bit more valuable to his team at this point. Let's see what else everyone has. That's not the button. That's not the button either. There we go. Nothing mech. Force Staff on the Invoker, so we got that to try to counter the Force Staff coming up from Pycat, actually. Not a bad choice at all. That will give him both initiation and mana. He does have 715 mana right now, and now we have a beautiful Shackle Shot going on to Bambo, Dust, and a Burrow Strike as well. Pycat following up with a call, and is he going to call him? Yes, he is. Broodmother's very small head gets decapitated. That axe has some pinpoint precision right there, but Misery pulling out some bending Shackle Shots. What was that movie? Yeah, that would have been a lot better if I could remember the movie's name off the top of my head. You guys know what I'm talking about. Is it Wanted? With Angelina Jolie and she's like bending bolts and shit, and then Morgan Freeman at the end just busts out a whole bunch of curses. That was hilarious. I loved that part. But that Shackle Shot sure didn't look like it was going to land, but it did anyway, because Misery is just that Gosu at the Windrunner. 3 heroes on the bot lane for CLG, looking to push down a tier 2 tower. Aki is spotted out as well, and, well, not anymore. Those Spiderlings got owned by that Nature's Prophet ultimate. This tower is going to go down, and they're looking to make a trade. Mouz is on the bot lane. We do have Burrow Strike with an Epicenter onto Miracle, doing quite a bit of damage to the Mouz squad. 157 forced to disrupt himself, lay down all of his spells before he eventually dies. He is going to die, right? He's getting away right now. Leshrac picking up the Chen kill in the meantime, and how did 1437 get away? Miracle is still on the chase. He does have a little bit of mana, and 7 seconds before his Burrow Strike is up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Mouz 157 going to be denying himself to the neutrals. Beautiful play by 1437. I mean, like, he died, but he did everything he could. Wasted a lot of Miracle's time. and ended up giving him nothing for it. So they did get the trade, tier 2 tower for the tier 2 tower. Did that get denied? No. Windrunner got it. Okay. Towers got destroyed. So tier 2 for a tier 2. Plus Shadow Demon managing to deny himself to the creep. Something you don't see every day. It's always a treat when we get to see that.
Radiant's bottom tower
The cost is going for a sheep stick, and once he gets that, he try to peg down the Mirana. She does have a Manta style, and looking towards a BKB, I suppose, that Ogre Club. Sanj and Yasha. That was pretty cool, but I doubt that's going to happen, actually. Invoker does have a sheep stick of his own, so there will be a lot of disable sheep stick. Not really will... I mean, like, it'll help them chase, most definitely. Sheep stick always does that, but there's no one on the CLG side who they really need to shut down as far as the DPS goes. Whoever they hex could still do... I mean, like, they will not do as much damage as they could, but they're not going to be completely crippled. Like, especially if Sankin gets the epicenter off, Shrek could still have all his stuff going on, stuff like that. Most likely the hex is going to be saved for that Lacoste, the Nature's Prophet. And the hex for, what's her face? Wait, where am I? What am I clicking? This guy, Lacoste. Hex for Lacoste. Probably going to try to land on Broodmother. She does have BKB up. 10 seconds still, so no charges used so far. Maybe a Mirana as well, but another BKB. So it's going to be hard to land those hexes for Lacoste. Of course, if you could shut down the Chen before he gets his mech and Hand of God off, that'll also be very good. Extra disable is never ever bad. Axe now is a plate mail. I hope he looks towards the Shivas, because he still has some pretty steep mana costs. Blink in from Miracle. Burst Strike on to Come With Me into an instant epicenter. Come With Me is going to die, I think. Burst Strike, yeah, he just gets completely annihilated by that Sand King. Level 2 ultimate. And Pycat is there with the Battle Hunger to try to help out, and they're going to try to collect off these creeps. Stomp going on from them, and they're going to try to run away. A little bit of blocking coming out from the Ursa Warrior, but even using his ultimate on that, and Stomp from the Centaur Khan. Burst Strike. They really want these Chen creeps dead. I'll give them that. They're persistent. They're going to take out the Ursa Warrior, and this Centaur Khan is also going to go down. So Chen, once again, reset to 0. Not what you want to have happen when you're Chen. And when you're Chen, it's inevitable. You're going to die a whole lot. It's just the way the Chen plays. But hopefully you won't lose any of your creeps when you die. When you do, you're really set back by quite a bit, especially considering the fact that CLG has pretty much complete dominance over this map at this point. Top lane notwithstanding. It's going to be hard for Invoker to really find enough time to first even go to the jungle, but then second, find good creeps. Because right now, I'm like Hellcaller, not the creep that he wants right now. He's going to pull it, try to get something else, and see what he's actually going to get. Nothing because of this little shithead. You little bastard. Yeah. He's going to settle for Hellcaller. Block the creep camp. I can't believe that. Why would you do that? Bambo sitting at 2,800 gold, so he's building up quite a bank, and there's this site device picked up from Nature's Prophet. CLG, they will scale pretty well into the late game, but if they wait too long, this Mirana and the Broodmother are going to get simply uncontrollable. CLG have been excelling in the team fights because that is basically what they are. They're a team fight skirmishing team, whereas Mouz is... I mean, like, they're not on the clock at all. If their Mirana gets another hour to farm, which I hopefully she won't, because I don't want to cast for another hour. Who wants to do that? Then she'll pretty much single-handedly win the game if she keeps her BKB charges at a healthy level. Broodmother will help a lot in that as well. And CLG, Windrunner, Nature's Prophet can do respectable right-click damage, but against 2 agility heroes, it's going to be hard. Pycat looking to farm up some of the spiderlings, and he will get quite a few of them, getting a lot of spins as well. So, Mouz is all but content to just sit back and farm. CLG will do a little bit better with some farm of their own, get a couple more sheep sticks going, get the BKB up on the Leshrac, and Shiva's guard on Axe, but Axe, his prime is the mid game. Late game, he's basically just a tank with an execution spell. He's going to fall off eventually. And, well, CLG's heroes tend to fall off a lot more than the Mouz heroes. So CLG, although they're really taking their time right now, which they can't afford to do, because, well, they're pretty substantially ahead, doubling the hero kills of Mouz. They are going to have to make something happen eventually. Mouz, if they just turtle up, they should be fine. If, you know, assuming their turtling goes well. And how the hell did Come With Me draw a Centaur Warrior and an Ursa Warrior? That's just... Whenever Chen, I get, like, fucking Wildkins when I don't need them, and then Centaurs when everything's already dead. It's just... Nature's Prophet Ultimate, annihilating some of the wildlife. Because, you know, Nature's Prophet doesn't care about spiders. He's going to teleport in very aggressively, looking for Come With Me. He is going to find him an instant hex onto that Chen and follow-up shock shot. How is that? Well, these trees are bugged out. That's why. Come With Me going to try to get out, but no. Windrunner with a power shot, plus a burrow strike from Miracle. Going to take down that Chen, and that's very weird. Bug going off there. And Aki, in the meantime, getting picked off by the Mirana and Black combo. I did not expect that Shackle to not land. I was like, yeah, there's no way it's going to miss. But no, those trees were all fake. And more creeps going to die. All these trees are fake? What the hell? What is going on here? None of these trees are... Okay, so I don't know what's real or what's fake anymore. My whole world has been turned upside down. Trees are now ethereal, and I'm like pretty sure those don't exist. Those are gone. But I have no idea what's going on with those trees, guys. Roshan is up in about a minute, or you know, exactly a minute, and CLG off a little bit by their timer. Sunstrike gonna scout out Pycat, just hitting him on the edge, and the Spider's gonna scout out 100%. I feel like this courier is not off the ground enough. He's walking, and he has like a blimp. This doesn't make any sense. He's walking. He's not even flying. Ugh, I don't know. But the axe does have 2,000 gold. Probably a Shiva's. I would be surprised if he decides to go for a Kuras, considering the fact that he's kind of mana-starved. Smoke now onto Sand King and the Windrunner. Gonna be looking for someone. They're not going to find anyone, though. Sing Sing has fallen back, and well, Aki getting some free time to farm. Almost at his BKB. If Miracle and Misery find someone, it's going to be hard for them to bring him down. Invoker does have quite a bit of survivability, and Mirana, of course, has the same. Chen and 1437 are the only real targets that could happen, and speak of the devil, 1437, you might be walking into a death trap. Do they see him? Yes, they do definitely see him now. Sentry Ward is going to be popped down. Blink Burrow Strike and in Hex kind of stacking up the disables a little bit. Mirana is going to go off, but is it going to be enough? Self-destruct from Shadow, even trying to buy himself a little more time. Sunstrike can hit Miracle. Miracle is going to get right-clicked down by Sing Sing. Lacoste also teleporting in here, but instantly teleporting right back out. He's going to get out. And Misery running away as well. So 157 managing to buy himself enough time with that self-disruption to actually survive. If CLG, a little bit of miscommunication. I'm going to take a drink of water before I actually finish that point. If CLG didn't have that little bit of miscommunication, most likely 1437 would now be dead and that fight would not have gone the way it did. But the Burrow Strike was really long range, so it was kind of iffy as to whether or not it would hit in the first place. Somehow, this tower that had a Broodmother in it, in its lane, is still alive. I don't know how that happens. Broodmother apparently dropping the ball pretty hard as far as the pushing goes. There is a Shiva's Guard now onto Pycat. What really makes me sad is that Shiva's Guard doesn't make your, doesn't have the aura. There's no, like, auras anymore in this game. Kind of sad, considering the auras looked freaking ridiculous. Shiva's Guard was like a little blue glacial circle around your guy. It looked so awesome. Roshan is up, and lots of members from Mouz are smoked up, and they do know that CLG would be looking towards a Roshan. I don't think CLG knows that everyone from Mouz is smoked up. They did have the Windrunner Illusion Scout, but illusions do not dispel the smoke. You can see some wildlife on wildlife action here. It's like Defense of the Boring Ancients. And look, the Treants win. Who'd have thought?
Double damage.
Lots of people from CLG grouping up in the mid lane. Everyone except for the cost, but the cost, when you're Nature's Prophet, you can split push all day because you can teleport in whenever you feel like it. 3,000 gold even on him. And CLG might want to go down into the Roche pit again. Mouz is a little bit far away. Sunstrike going to barely miss off Misery. I don't think Misery was seen by that either. And now they're going to try to go for Roshan. Roshan last time took quite a bit of time, and Broodmother already going to send some Spiderlings in. The edict from the Lestrak is going to reveal the fact that they are going for Roshan. Roshan is going a lot quicker this time. Could Mouz actually mount an offense on this? It doesn't look like it. Arrow gonna fly on by, not hitting anyone. Wow, that was just shitty luck. But this Burrow Strike and Dust going on to Bambo. Call out from Pycat as well as Shiva's Guard. Bambo is so dead, he gets his head decapitated. Aki Sealing in the middle of everything with his BKB, but he's getting right clicked down by Sing Sing, who doesn't care if you're magic immune. BKB of Sing Sing's own being popped out for 157, getting picked off by the Windrunner. Now Sing Sing is on the run. Black unleashing a Deafening Blast Meteor combo, doing quite a bit of damage, pushing everyone black, but a double Burrow Strike from Miracle, plus an Epicenter going to hit perfectly onto all of Mouz, or the rest, all of what remains of Mouz, I guess. Come with me. Gonna survive out of that. An Invoker, did you buy back? I don't know if he bought back. We could find out. No, he actually managed to get away. I don't know how he did that. But that was a beautiful fight from CLG. Not only did they take the Aegis, they managed to take a team fight pretty handily. And, well, that's what CLG has. They have a whole bunch of team fight. Beautiful Burrow Strike from Miracle. More importantly, the instant pick off Broodmother before she could even get her BKB off is really what won them that fight. Broodmother, like it was a 4v5 from the very get-go. Now CLG is going to take this opportunity to push. Invoker is still alive, however, and it's very, very difficult to push against an Invoker. A little bit harder to push against a Wex Invoker than an Exhort Invoker. But he's still doing his bit. Deafening Blast slowing everyone down, but the Misery Focus Fire doing quite a lot of damage to this tower. How do you have -4 damage? I don't even know how that happens. Meteor being dropped onto the head of Misery. Gets himself Force Staffed by Pycat. He's not going to take as much damage as he should have. He's might be able to stick around in this fight for just a little while longer. He does have that Aegis once again. And, yeah. CLG seems to be content with just putting a little bit of damage on this tower. Going to fall back. Wait for another opportunity. Maybe look for a smoke if they have any smokes right now. They do have one smoke. They've been using, both teams have been using smoke quite a bit. I don't know if that's actually one, because I don't know the spectator interface or whatever. I'm going to assume that each team does have one smoke up their sleeve that they could use. Invoker, level 4 Invoke plus an Aghanim Scepter. He is going to be dropping down everything. His Wex is unfortunately very low, so his spells aren't going to be, or his Wex focus spells aren't exactly going to be that deadly. So there you go. EMP out of the question, Tornado out of the question. Alacrity won't give any attack speed, or barely will give any attack speed. Deafening Blast also is getting a little bit crippled, so you should probably think of putting some in Wex. A little bit more important than maxing out Quas right off the bat, but really he could drop every single spell. It doesn't even matter if it's a little bit weaker than the other ones. So it's a pretty big pickup by Invoker, who, I mean, like, he hasn't really been participating in all that many kills. 3-3-2, so it's not the hugest. It's kind of hard for an Invoker, though. He does have a Disruption setup and an Arrow setup, but the amount of stuns on Mouz kind of stun light. So mostly he's been getting his farm through these CS, sitting at 3rd most gold earned. Nature Prophet's still on the top. 6,000 Gs. What are you buying? Assange is flying out to someone. Manta Style. Calling it right now, Manta Style. Manta Style? Nah, whatever. He'll get it eventually. Axe is going to be the Sanj? Yes, Axe is going to be the Sanj wearer, which means most definitely it is going to be a Heaven's Halberd. Such a great item on Axe. You could slap it onto, well, probably the Invoker, since everyone else could just BKB it out. And then you get Evasion, which is pretty freaking sweet. And I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but the way Counter Helix works is it gives you a chance to proc every time you get attacked, not every time you're hit. So if you if you keep on issuing attack commands to Axe, then you'll make him spin over and over again, even though you might not actually attack him. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So Evasion will still help him proc off those counter helix spins, but at the same time will make him extremely, extremely bulky. Dodge lots of right clicks from the Mirana and her illusions, Broodmother as well, Invoker with the Exhort. Plus Sanj gives very effective cost-effective health per. Yeah, it's good for durability. That's what I want to say. Looks like this tower on the bot lane finally going to get pushed. Mirana does have an MKB, so she's dishing quite a bit. just a matter of whether or not her damage is going to be enough to cut through all the team fight from CLG. If she gets a good BKB, then she could survive for quite a long time, but it's going to be rough. Well, Alacrity. There you go. Lots of damage coming out from her. She just demolished that tower. Invoker managing, picking up that tower kill, and I have to stop saying managing to as much as I am. That's one tower going down for CLG, and we do have some teleports coming in. Misery, Brown as well. The Sand King. Sand King probably going to look for a blink in Epicenter. It's going to be hard for him considering how much vision is on the map right now. Ursa Warrior actually getting hexed up. Shackle going onto Bamboo. Not going to latch onto anything. Here comes Action in the back end to play. Going to look for Sing Sing, but he gets disrupted by his friendly. Meteor as well as Deafening Blast going to completely miss everything. So those spells are now out of the fight. Lacoste with the BKB just getting right-clicked down by Mouz. Lacoste is taking quite a bit of damage from this. Sing Sing looking towards the Lacoste kill, but Windrunner picking up Chen in the meantime. Looks like Bamboo has his BKB popped, and now Miracle is in a lot of trouble. He is going to get taken down. Mirana as well taking down Leshrac, and Mirana just standing her ground. She's at full health. Bamboo is at full health. And the only ones to live are Nature's Prophet as well as Windrunner. Windrunner might not even get out of this. He does have a Hex up, and he does have his Aegis as well, so he's most likely going to live. But Nature's Prophet, what are you doing, you crazy bastard? That was actually his ultimate, picking off the Shadow Demon. Leshrac buys back into the game and Axe. What? Was that Battle Hunger? It had to be Battle Hunger. Wow, poor Invoker couldn't get a single creep kill out of that. So even though CLG looked like they got mopped up in that fight, a lot of late kills coming out from their squad, kind of even after death. So death cannot stop this team from killing him. Sand King did have his Epicenter that whole time. There was no good place to use it. And like you had the Broodmother over here, Sing Sing was like all the way over here, and then like supports were all over the place. So if you can't get the Epicenter, you might as well save it, and then they didn't lose a Rax from it, so they're going to be okay with that. But once that Epicenter comes down, the fights are going to be extremely different. But CLG did lose that fight, and that is going to mean that the gold is going to head slightly towards the way of Mouz. Mouz still has quite a ways to go before they're actually considered even, or even close to even in this game. But with the Broodmother getting bigger as time goes by, now with an Orchid, and with that Mirana getting bigger as time goes by, it's going to be, I mean, like, they're well on their way to coming back into this game. What CLG has to do right now to really solidify the lead is to take a Rax. But easier said than done, right? Taking Rax is always a fairly difficult feat. Wow, this Axe does not want that Spider to live. And, like, he has 1,000 mana at this point. Shiva's Guard and the mana regeneration from Urn of Shadows really kicking in right now. So right now his mana issues are solved, and he has quite a wonky build, but it works. Right now he's probably going to look towards replacing that, well, after the Halberd, of course. Going to look for more raw HP. Windrunner going to look for the raw damage, try to fill the void in the CLG lineup. That is their lack of right-click damage. Sand King has picked up an Aghanim Scepter as well. So CLG looking for a smoke. There it is. And now we have Secret Agent CLG and Pycat doing his own thing. He's too cool to play with the team. CLG's looking for a pick-off because they know Roshan is soon. If they could pick someone off. Oh no, come with me. Not again. Blink Burrow Strike? Yeah, Blink Burrow Strike. Yeah. One dead Chen right there. And all his creeps are going to fall as well. Well, this one might get away. Nope, Lightning Strike by Aki. And all the creeps die. Another easy pick off of Chen. And that means the mech is going to be down. There's no Hand of God. There's no Vlad's offering. And this is CLG's chance to take a Rax. They have 30 seconds to push in. It's going to be very hard to do against Shadow Poison as well as Invoker. But this is as good a chance as any. And even if they could just, even if they don't take a Rax, even if they just put a lot of hurt on the tower, it's still going to be worth it. Deafening Blast going to be slowing them down. Force the Focus Fire off of that tower. Another creep wave is coming in. Shadow Poison as well. Sing Sing getting hexed up. Doesn't look like anything's going to come of that though. And CLG, after wasting that hex, is going to fall back at least for the minute. Now it looks like they're all going to fall back. So getting a pick off. No, I mean, like, picks are always nice. Transitioning into a push didn't quite happen. But they still have plenty of time before they're completely outgunned in the fights, especially if they land off all their big spells. Nature's Prophet doing the Prophet thing, pushing everything at the same time. Picked up a Black King bar using his 6k, and, well, would you look at that? He has 6k in the bank again. So, once again, my money's going to go on Manta Style. If someone can give me odds on that, I would love to take that bet. Nature's Prophet now looking to teleport out. He's going to get away after pushing down that wave. Buy something. Manta. Or Yasha, or Ultimate Orb, or something. Come on. Come on, Lacoste. Wards going out to Leshrac. Oh, so boring. Roshan is up once again. Misery with the Demon Edge will be able to bring down Roshan a little bit quicker this time. Axe. Looking for the cheese. This is the third Roshan, so there is going to be a cheese. Axe of the cheese. Pretty deadly. Just when you think you're going to bring him down, bam, he's at full health, and that's very efficient health as well with 23 armor as well as the eventual evasion. But Windrunner picking up the Aegis and Nature's Prophet with the cheese, so they're just going to rely on Axe's inherent tankiness. Lacoste teleporting back, he's picked up a Demon Edge, so he's most likely going to be going for an MK Daedalus. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say Daedalus from the... Oh no, Miracle. Going to run into a lot of Mouz people. He's going to blink away. He smelled something. Did he smell something? Was there a ward there? Could have sworn I just saw a ward timeout, but either way, Miracle lucky to get away with his life. Smoke kind of wasted from the Mouz side. Let's see if they have any big items. 4,800, 2,600. So their agility heroes are getting pretty big. But the right-click damage from CLG is going to start to get respectable as well. Nature's Prophet doesn't have much of attack speed right now, but he hits like a truck. Windrunner, kind of the opposite. Has a lot of attack speed with the focus fire, and hits like a hybrid, or a motorcycle, or a bicycle, or any other non-truck vehicle. And that it's kind of falling apart, so I'm not gonna go with that. Miracle doing mana burning himself, trying to spot up the high grounds, but they had wards. I don't know what the point of that was, but the halberd is done on Axe, and look at that. You get evasion and you get the disarm, which is you get the evasion and the disarm, pretty much exactly what you want from Axe, because it'll give you a lot of bulk and it will make you a little bit more of a utility hero. Oh, Mirana though, going for a tanky route. She's already dealing quite a bit of damage, especially with that alacrity on top of her. Combine that with a Heart of Tarask or even a Satanic. It's going to be very hard to bring her down. CLG can still do it, however. They managed to line up their spells, and Windrunner actually also going for a Daedalus. So, crits ahoy from CLG. Bambo's got to watch out. Axe does have a gem, and if Bambo gets too close, he will be spotted out. Stomp and arrow going off to Pycat. That's a beautiful opening. Pycat going to get forced out before the meteor lands on him. Lacoste sending out his ultimate, and Sing Sing just sitting in the middle of everything, right-clicking down Aki. Aki taking a whole bunch of damage. He's definitely going to go down, but not before using a lot of his mana. Black is in the back end. He's going to get his head chopped off by Axe. Misery is looking for a shotgun shot, is going to latch on to Sing Sing and a tree. Sing Sing gets self-disrupted by the 147 and gets sent back to base. Lacoste looking for a teleport on top of 157, but the Mirana ultimate is going to buy him enough time to get away. Sunstrike not going to hit anyone. And CLG ends up losing one. Is there any buyback? Yeah, Invoker did buy back. And he's looking for blood. He's looking for Misery. He does pop BKB and gets its Cyclone off onto the Windrunner, but Nature's Prophet picking off the Broodmother, who instantly buys back Lacoste. He does have a Soul Catcher on him. He's taking a lot of damage from the Invoker, as well as Come With Me. Lacoste is going to try to do something. He pops the cheese. Here comes the Blink Epicenter from Miracle, hitting 4 people from Mouz, doing a ton of damage. Sing Sing going to get right-clicked down by the Nature's Prophet, taking out the Broodmother as well. Sing Sing buys back in the game. 157 getting lashed at the same tree that the what's-his-face got lashed to. Invoker now going to get right-clicked down by Nature's Prophet, now sitting at an ultra kill. This tower is going to go down. These Raxes are going to go down. Mirana is the only one who's up with Chen. Chen can't do anything to defend this. This is going to be a Rax. The glyph has popped off, trying to slow them down a little bit, but now Come With Me might get disabled by this Hex. Looks like they're actually going to go for Sing Sing, the more valuable target. Going to try to get sent back home. He's going to get out, but not without losing his own life. One Rax goes down. Oh no, the Tornado. Do it. I'm rooting for you, Tornado. I'm rooting for... Oh. Well, that's disappointing. But how does this Nature's Prophet always have 6,000 gold? He bailed on his Hand of Midas. Now get some attack speed, get a Mjolnir. That could be fun and effective. But this might mean a second pair of racks. Mirana is still the only one up in this game. And lots of CLG people are here. Edict has now arrived, so these racks are going to go down. 2 racks is down for CLG with 2-1 as far as their kills go. It looks like this game is going to go the way of CLG. But until this last Frax falls, it is not a sure thing at all. Orange going to be teleporting in, but he feigns that one. And this melee Rax starting to take damage from this Daedalus Windrunner. Shackle going to miss, but a Hex is never going to miss onto 1437. Whenever I click down, Axe going to pop him. Sing Sing trying to do as much damage as he can to Misery, and Misery is going to force that himself down to the low ground. Sprout actually misses. Sunstrike going to go off, not going to hit anyone either. Pycat is going to try to do something, but when everyone's magic immune, it's hard to do anything as Axe. Lacoste has to get away right now. He's going to get hexed up, going to get a rock dropped on his head, and Lacoste most likely going to go down. Yes, he is. Broodmother picking up that kill. But it doesn't really matter, because CLG is 2 racks ahead. And quite frankly, I don't know if Mouz can come back from this. I'm not going to count them out 100% quite yet, because, well, they have Mirana, who's pretty freaking stacked. They have a Broodmother who could counter push pretty well at this point in the game. So, Mouz does have a chance to come back from this, especially considering the fact that, well, Nature's Prophet does have his buyback up. Buyback up on the Windrunner also. Buyback on the Strack, so they're not going to breach the base. Just try to gain a little bit of momentum so that CLG will just try to delay up CLG as much as they can. Pycat, what you doing? What you doing? Heart? I'd like to see a heart. Got rid of his urn. And right now he just needs bulk. It's hard to, as I said before, it's hard to be an act when everyone's magic immune, since you can't do anything to them. Looks like he's actually going to go for a 3rd sheep stick. Not a bad choice either. Not the most common build on Axe, but health effective, and it's what his team needs right now. Shut down that Mirana as soon as her BKB goes down to 6 seconds. Broodmother's also a pretty good choice. No, 7 seconds only. I don't know if she brought another one up. But if you could keep them hexed whenever they're not magic immune, then it's going to be very, very beneficial for your team. It's more beneficial than an infinitely tanky Axe can be. CLG with those dual lanes of super creeps. They're going to be pushing everything. Not to mention Lacoste with that Nature's Prophet ultimate. 7,200 gold. What are you saving that money for, man? You buy pretty much anything and still have enough for buyback at this point. Something with the Hyperstone, though. Probably his best bet, because he needs... Oh, there you go. Manta Style. Agility is... That's good enough. Finally the Manta Style, so I'm finally right on that one. So this Nature's Prophet, his build is done. The only thing left to do is rebuy up Black King Bar, I suppose. Pycat is pretty much done as well. Just needs that sheep stick. Maybe replace his Tranquil Boots, something else. So right now he's not holding any teleportation scrolls. Doesn't look like it's actually going to become an issue though. This is most likely going to be the last fight. We have all of Mouz smoked up. Lifesteal is up on the Mirana. She was going for a Satanic. Pycat actually is the one who gets purged, but this illusion split and a huge Epicenter going to instantly annihilate 1437. Nature's Prophet ultimate. Just this illusion's doing a lot of damage. Pycat is on the run from Bambo, who's trying to get him, but he's not fast enough. He's trying to go for Lacoste now, but as soon as that BKB gets dropped, instantly gets hacked, and he gets Burrow Struck as well. Windrunner is doing her own thing, looking for Come With Me, and she's going to go down. Black is the only one left for Mouz, and bam, there goes your head, Invoker. Everyone from Mouz is down, and there's the GG. Well played coming out from Mouz. CLG takes this game pretty well. Slow and steady wins the race. They just constantly built upon their lead, and eventually Mouz just simply couldn't keep up with them in the team fights. Despite the fact that they did have the Mirana, despite the fact that they did have a Broodmother, CLG managed to clean them up every single time. And CLG is going to go up 1-0 in this best of 3. Once again, this is from the defense winners bracket, so whoever loses the set is not out of the game, is not out of the tournament. Just they're going to have a little bit of a harder time. So thanks for watching, guys. I will cast games 2 and 3. If there is a game 3, you don't know if there is. So I'll cast those games, and then, yeah, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, guys. GG. Score screen, and that's it.